Hey, good morning. Welcome to Hobby Evolution episode number 86. It is a Sunday, and wow, did I sleep in this morning? I slept in so late that when I woke up, looked at my phone and saw the time, I actually out loud said, "Holy cow!" This is the latest I've slept in uh, probably a year at least. So today I want to talk about just kind of what my weekend has consisted of in the hobby. No mail yesterday. No Cubs cards arrived in the mail yesterday. Neither did the Ginter X. It was scheduled to be delivered on initially Thursday, and then it was delayed to Friday, and then it was delayed to Saturday, and it never showed up. But I learned why. Jenny, what's up? Good morning. So I'll talk about why my Ginter X has still not arrived. Wearing a Bears hoodie, even though the Bears do not play today. They're on Monday Night Football, play the Rams tomorrow night. So a fun Sunday of football is kind of in store for me today. Yesterday, I did a lot of. I've been pulling all the boxes out of the closet, a lot of which I've been sorting through for trades. I was looking for Brewers cards for Jeffrey. What else was I looking for? I sent out a bunch of packages yesterday. So I was searching for a bunch of 49ers cards. So did a lot of sorting for some trades to get caught up in that arena. I did post a picture on Twitter of what like half the boxes looked like. There's still about half. A lot of them are the Oklahoma Sooners cards that I'll probably end up actually throwing away because it's not worth the shipping and it takes up a lot of space. So I haven't pulled that trigger yet, but it may be coming. I do sell some of the boxes around the holidays. I have some flat rate boxes for like $25 on eBay, and every once in a while I will I'll sell some of those. So that's the plan for that. Have some eBay packages to get tied up today, and probably do some more sorting this afternoon. So I've been talking about this Ginter X for the last several days, and it still has not arrived from FedEx. So I tweeted again last night my disappointment in FedEx. The FedEx help said DM us all your information. So I actually did that, and they gave me an explanation on what's going on. It was actually kind of a breath of fresh air. It wasn't just because I know how some of these LTL, less than truckload parcels work. Sometimes they get stuck on a dock for several days and they don't move, or they get put on the wrong truck, or they miss the truck. So I know how that works. But I didn't know how FedEx Smart Post works. So once I provided all my information, they gave me a really long description on what the holdup is. So I chose the FedEx Smart Post, and that's what I always choose when I order from Tops, and I've never had an issue with delivery. Usually it does show up, when it's supposed to, based on when I receive the tracking. So this is the first instance that has not been the case. So with FedEx Smart Post, it's actually the final delivery is through the post office, the USPS. So my tracking had shown that, and it was slow by FedEx. I think it was in Ohio for a couple days, and then on the one day it was in Chicago, but it still said it was going to deliver today. And working in third-party logistics for my day job, I knew that how these FedEx and other similar companies work, that if it's in Chicago on Thursday morning, there is no way it's going to be delivered to your doorstep in Wisconsin that same day. It's going to be the next day. So I knew it wasn't going to be delivered when I saw that update on Thursday or Friday, but it did arrive in Madison on now I can't remember when it was on Friday. It may have arrived on Friday. It arrived Friday around like noon. So I was, I figured it was not going to get on the final delivery truck on Friday. So what they do is FedEx sends it to the USPS and then it gets delivered. So my last update was it's in Madison. And so it was actually updated after I inquired. It actually, the tracking status updated and it just says delivery pending. So they're not actually giving me a day now. So maybe it arrives on Monday. I would hope so, because I think it is now in possession of USPS for final delivery, whenever that may be. So I'm not holding my breath anymore. Maybe it's Monday. Who knows? So that is my lesson in FedEx Smart Post, which I knew the USPS handled some of the final deliveries on some of these companies like FedEx, and I don't think they do UPS, but I did know they handled FedEx. But I didn't know that Smart Post was the actual name. I just thought it was a cheaper version of delivery, because you can choose like second day delivery from Tops, which is I think like $15. Smart Post was like $6 or $7. So I was in no hurry to receive the box, but it's one of those things where when somebody says they're going to do something and you kind of get excited that, hey, I'm going to do this on Wednesday, and then you expect that to happen on Wednesday, you're a little disappointed when that doesn't happen, when it doesn't come through. So I didn't care when the Ginter X arrived, but I've been teased for the last 4 days that it was going to arrive on Thursday. So my hopes were up that I was going to get to open it on Thursday. Now that I know, I don't have my hopes up for Monday, because I know how this works now. But I guess that's the downside mentally of tracking, because when something doesn't come through and gets delayed, you had your hopes up. I guess in this case, I'd rather be in the dark, and just allow it to show up on my doorstep. I'm not one that gets too excited for things showing up. They show up when they get here. I know some people get the from USPS, there's the alerts where it scans pictures of your mail. It's like I don't care what comes in my mail. I'm not looking for it. So when it arrives, it arrives. So I guess that's my lesson in FedEx Smart Post for today. So that is it for Sunday. Today I'm just gonna wrap up some eBay sales, and I think there's a couple more trade packages that I need to get cards sorted for. Do that and then watch some football. So that's my hobby Sunday. Jenny always uses informed delivery. Interesting. And it's to each their own. Some people love it. There's a few guys on Twitter that I know that use it. And I'm not interested in getting my mail. Now, does it show like everything? Because I wouldn't, I don't want to see my bills. I get disappointed when the bills arrive. So I don't want to get advance notice on that. Although maybe when you're talking, the whole psyche thing, maybe then when it does arrive, you're already expecting the bill to arrive. So when it comes, you're not disappointed. So I guess it can work in a positive, the way I think. Even junk mail, bottom will show tracking numbers of packages coming. Interesting. Yeah, that's something that one of the guys that I know does it is he's a big TTM guy. And so I think that would because when I send out, and I don't do TTM a lot, rarely. I think I've only sent out like 6 this year. I think that would be something I would get excited about, because you don't have the return, you typically don't have the return address, or it's just the address without a name. So I think if I did TTM, I think that would be interesting. I would be into informed delivery, to see what came, because it's like every day I wonder what's going to come from TTM. So I think that's one thing that I would be interested in TTM. Oh, your mail was getting lost. Okay. You can click never received on that mail piece. Now we have no issues. Interesting. I didn't even realize that was, that's great. We had the last house we lived in, that neighborhood, our mail carrier was absolutely horrendous. And I mean, it was a daily basis where me and, a few of the other neighbors, I mean, we would have each other's mail. It was getting misdelivered daily. I mean, it was almost, probably not every day, but I bet 3 times a week. So mail's delivered 6. So half of the time I would receive a package, and I'm sure other people in the neighborhood were doing the same, where I would have to re-deliver. I was the final delivery for a package that ended up in my mailbox or on my doorstep that I would have to take down the street or next door. It was terrible. And then when we moved, I signed up for the mail forwarding, and so I had like, I think 2 or 3 packages that were delayed or something, that never got forwarded to me. And I checked with the post office, and like, yeah, your mail is forwarded. So I ended up writing a note, and I didn't know the new people that moved into the house. So I wrote a note and left my cell phone number, on their door, and said, if you ever receive, packages or my mail, can you text me at my number? And about a month later, I get a text, and the lady that lived there said, I have a bunch of your mail, and I got your note, and literally had a bag, like a reusable bag, absolutely filled with our mail. And I mean, there was like, there was a couple bills that were in there. I think I had 3 packages, 2 that I was looking for, and I was trying to track down through that local post office. And they're like, oh, well, we don't, it shows it delivered. And I'm like, was it forwarded? There was like a TTM there. I was doing TTM baseballs at that time. There was a TTM baseball, and just, and a bunch of junk mail that, I could have done without, but there was like important stuff in a bag, and several items that, should have absolutely been forwarded. I was on the phone, and I visited that post office, because the actual, it's actually based on where we lived. It was probably the 3rd farthest office, and it's really hard to get them on the phone. So I had to drive all the way out there and talk to the postmaster, and it was a mess. So that would have been really, I guess in that case, informed delivery would have been really, really helpful. In that instance. And fortunately, here in our new neighborhood, have not had many issues with misdelivered mail. So that's good. So that's all for today. Jenny, thanks for watching live. And I'll be back tomorrow morning, much earlier than this time. Did not set the alarm this morning, and kind of felt nice to sleep in. And then usually I don't sleep in this late, and then when I see the time, holy crap. So that's it for today. Follow me on Twitter at 1millioncubs. Visit the website 1millioncubs.com. And that's it. Have a good Sunday.